Any parent will know, you're a parent, is that we cushion our children.
Yes.
No matter what happens up here,
Yes.
they are always in a bubble. They make
Yes.
sure that they're eating well. Even if ourselves, we starve ourselves, but we have to make sure that our children have the best of the best.
Yes.
The best of the best, again, would be knowing that comfort that you're not going to think about university will come, my son will do very well. Yeah. You know for sure that you have that money to secure his future moving forward.
Yes.
And I think that's the most important why I came to you was, how can I make sure my son, my daughters are
Exactly.
able to have that security without me stressing all the time.
Exactly.
Especially at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Where you're like, you have to pay school fees.
Yeah.
And I just know it's guaranteed
Yeah.
for me. Then I can concentrate on other things.
Yeah.
Then land maybe can come later.
Yeah.
Once you want to invest in something, maybe you want to build an apartment.
Yeah.
But ensure that whatever happens, this side is already taken care of.
Yeah.
And that's why I came to you.
Yeah.
And just to find that. And also one of the biggest questions I ask you is that for somebody who's risk averse, you know most women are very careful with their money. We save, we keep it carefully. So we don't like people playing around with our money.
Yeah.
What advice would you give me who's one person who's very risk averse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me surprise you. It's actually not possible to summarize an individual as risk averse, risk taker, or whatever is in between.
Okay.
Because a human being is such a complex
It's
being.
true. Yeah.
You get it? So let's just do it by example. If we have a portfolio that assures you that you will get your 200,000 shillings every month to take care of all your family needs. That's one. Then you have another portfolio that will take care of all your education needs. Regardless of whatever happens, we are good. Then we make sure you have a home.
Yes.
Yeah? And then we make sure you have insurance. The extra money that you have on top of that, do you think you'll be risk averse or a risk taker?
I'll be a risk taker, of
Exactly.
course, definitely.
Exactly, because you have your back covered.
Yes.
So the key thing, that's why we've got to start from the foundation. You know,
Okay, now I get
your
you.
first car cannot be a Porsche Cayenne. You've got to start from a Toyota, you get it, and build up there. I mean, there's nothing wrong going to a Porsche Cayenne if you've taken care of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But that's not a natural course of life. So the natural course of life, make sure that your children, your family will never lack food, shelter, and clothing.
And education.
And then now you go to the level 2,
Which is education.
which is education,
Insurance.
home ownership, insurance, those kind of things that ring fence your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you say, because why do we call it security? You say, security, you have to imagine what is the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah.
So you've got to look at what are the big disruptors of life, especially financially. It's been known that medical bills are the #1 cause for family bankruptcies in the US and even here.
Even here.
Even here.
Yeah.
So what plan do you have to take care of that? Because even if you have 100 million shillings with Nabo Capital to take care of your lifestyle, education, and then someone very close to you becomes ill, that they need attention, medical attention that will cost 200 million shillings. Won't you use to the last coin to give them a chance?
Definitely.
So that's why you've got to take that and attack it individually. Say, I'm going to attack that kind of emergency. And education is also a big disruptor.
Yes, it is.
Because it requires you to pay big sums of money very frequently and for a long period of time. So that's why you find so many parents just about when they are about to retire, that's when their kids are finishing school.
True.
And therefore, the biggest investment they've ever made is education for their kids.
Yeah.
And then you hear, narratives like, I used to pay so much school fees, I don't know where the money went. It's because at the prime of your life, the only thing that was sucking your money
Or school fees.
was school fees.
Yeah.
You didn't have any more
Extra income.
powder
Yeah.
to figure out how your future is going to be.
Wow.
And that's why many parents have become dependents of their children, not because they wanted, but because they just did not know any better.